I know I made a few variants of this video talking about the best Metal Saga fight and the victims of Ryuga, but I want to talk about his true peak. I know when I say that word we probably talk about Metal Fury and how strong he was and going down to a god, but in terms of everything else about him, I don't think any version will eclipse what we saw with him in Metal Fusion. He fit the villain role so well. And in today's video, I'm going through everything he did solely in Metal Fusion and how truly menacing the guy actually was. But before we get into this video, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button in order to help this video reach the YouTube algorithm. And now, let's get into it. After Jinga won a tough battle against Doji, Ryuga was awakened from his long sleep from his strength being drained from El Drago. And he didn't even care that he was 100% because he knew even at 50, he was going to slaughter Jinga to oblivion. And he did just that, but he didn't even want to end the battle right off. He was just toying with him. When the main antagonist is toying with the protagonist, you know how bad it's going to be, especially this early into the anime. Jinga was shaking in his boots and was wondering what to do until Ryuga made him snack talking shit about his supposed to be dead father. And the reason why was because Ryuga. He destroyed Ryo in the cave and made it collapse because of that battle, and Jinga watched the entire thing and he would never forgive Ryuga for that, even though he eventually did in other seasons, but I don't know. This made him go apeshit, but it did nothing but make Ryuga laugh and wanting to talk even more. Let's not forget this entire battle made Kenta cry. Like, I know he's a little kid, but seeing someone he looks up to act completely out of character and wanted to cry because of it made me laugh because I'm a dick. Ryuga pulled out the dark move and made Jinga suffer and made him have to go back home and find something new. And he was also responsible for revitalizing El Drago, and also to find a new purpose and training method to even scratch the level Ryuga was on. And it's not like he was just sitting there, he was training as well, but did it in a more sinister way. The next thing he did, which is insane to me, was him taking on and knocking down 100 bladers in one move. That didn't take much power at all, and even had the DJ on his ass too. He began his rampage for battle bladers, and his next targets were Tobio and Rudero. Those two couldn't pull off the tricks they wanted to that would work on a normal blader, but El Drago and Ryuga just scoffed at it, and he ended Pisces in one move and Capricorn in the next. It legit just did not matter. Tsubasa was next, and Ryuga noticed he was a spy thanks to Yu and Doji. This battle was pushing Tsubasa back, and Ryuga was really in full control despite Tsubasa being smart in battle, but things had to end shortly after, and when Ryuga was tossing Eagle around, Phoenix or Ryo came in to save the day. His schizophrenia act was going to be postponed until further notice, but he wouldn't have to wait longer. Battle Bladers now begins, and his opponent was the weakest of Jinga's crew, and it was just beyond fucked. I watched this in Japanese and oh my god, the tension was insane, way more than I actually imagined, and it felt like a horror movie. By the way, this is after Hiyoma went absolutely insane over the Reggie battle that had his bay destroyed and cried senselessly. I don't even need to recap this at all, just listen to this. That shit sounded like a complete death scream, and for those that want to know a fun fact, Ryuga's voice actor in the sub is the same as Seto Kaiba's in the Yu-Gi-Oh sub as well. And what this did to Hikaru was nothing short of traumatizing, which made her completely retire from competitive Beyblade. And even with Jinga wanting revenge against him, all he could do is laugh at the fact that he nearly killed someone. The next time she saw him in Metal Master, she was literally screaming in fear, which this battle alone completely fried her character and what she could have been. Honestly, this entire battle, even though it was short, makes me want to watch the entirety of Beyblade in the sub, and I know for a fact I'm missing out badly. For those that know a website that has the sub episodes, let me know please, because I want to watch it extremely badly. I've seen a few episodes on YouTube, but they're not all there, because I tried looking all over the place and it was just the dub. Now we gotta talk about the other Dark Nebula Bladers, because everyone except Reiji lost, and their punishment was to battle Ryuga and give him strength, and it felt like a death sentence for all the Bladers that joined Dark Nebula. Tetsuya and Tobio had all their power taken away. Doji was a mastermind in using the bladers he recruited all to boost Ryuga's power, and it was with such ease, and that included Yu, but luckily he battled Reiji and was able to escape. So their ultimate plan was revealed. Rudero, I believe, was able to escape with no harm. I can't remember after his battle with Jinga, but this may have been the worst one, and to be honest, it actually was. We know the battle I'm talking about. Tsubasa versus Ryuga. It didn't matter how much of a fight it looked, even with Tsubasa countering Ryuga's dark move. It looked like there was a glimmer of hope, but it was over with. And with the results of the battle, Tsubasa wasn't the same for the future, giving him literal schizophrenia into Metal Masters. He was knocked out cold and hospitalized just like Hikaru, and he was dealt worse, and Ryuga's rampage wasn't done one bit. He was willing to give people literal hell and nightmares, all for the sake of being the strongest, which is what you want in an antagonist. And if you even wanted it to be crazier, he turned on his partner and took Doji's power, which sent him away until Metal Fury, which Ryuga ended up killing him afterwards, going toe to toe with a God Bay. Now, we know I made a video about this fight, and I believe it is the best in the Metal series. For the first time, we actually saw Ryuga use his full strength at the hands of Kiyoya, and he pushed him to the point where El Drago had to take over. But despite that, Kiyoya ended up being impaled by the head of a dragon and was in the same spot as Hikaru and Tsubasa, being knocked out unconscious in the hospital. However, there was nothing he had to suffer from in terms of after effects or symptoms of battling El Drago. Now, I never talked about this battle because the plot armor was crazy, and the power of the other three was in Pegasus, but I want to talk about Ryuga's transformation. El Drago's power became uncontrollable, and it was starting to take over Ryuga completely, transforming him into this crazy entity and looked terrifying when I first saw it. The fact that the odds of Jingo winning was 0.03% is insane, but plot armor and protagonist will be like a Shaq and Kobe duel that will be unstoppable at its peak. All rampages must come to an end, and that happened in this battle. The run Ryuga went on in Metal Fusion was something to be admired about. El Drago did its part too, but the dark power was defeated, and Ryuga then overcame it to become stronger than before. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate Metal Fusion Ryuga? Now, obviously he was the weakest version involving Masters and Fury, but in terms of the menace he was and the fear he put into people, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hope to upload more content in the future, and I will do my best to be consistent for a good bit. Expect some Yu-Gi-Oh content as well, along with Beyblade, and once I hit 2K subs, a new anime will be unlocked on this channel. Be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button to help this video reach the YouTube algorithm, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.